All right. I hope this coming through clear. Just want to clear up some air about the silly shit that I'm seeing from those that's supposed to actually be dealing with the knowledge of what hip hop actually is and where it came from. And you know, number one, let me make this clear. I'm all inclusive when it comes to who can do what, right? This is America, and we have a certain set of laws in America, right? That means it's freedom of speech, right? So anybody that wants to participate in something verbally or, just by any way of expression through using their vernacular, they should be able to do that. You feel me? They should be able to say what they want to say, and that includes foundational black Americans, that includes Latinos, that includes whites, whatever you identify yourself as, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to express yourself how you see fit, and if you want to use a certain art form to do it, I'm all for it. Having said that, um, I need to make this clear just from where I stand. And if you give fuck, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's all good. I'm foundational black American. And where I stand with it is if we're talking about who the founders of this thing are, I have a problem with people saying that they did something that they didn't do, or their ancestors saying that they did something they didn't do. Right? I have a problem with already like the history of what's going on in America as far as a lot of things that have been taken away from us as a people, right? So when I see that my culture is being divvied up and divided amongst other people without our say so, I got a problem with that because I know where it leads to. This is where it leads to. It leads to black cowboys not being talked about. It leads to black jazz artists not being talked about. It leads to black rock artists not being talked about. It leads to fucking inventors of shit that don't get no credit for it never being talked about, right? Because the ultimate goal is to push us out of everything. That's my ancestors, right? So if your ancestors ain't been pushed out of nothing, you're not going to feel no type of way about it because your ancestors probably did get their respect. But if your ancestors were cheated out of some shit, you probably going to trip about it. And that's kind of how I feel about it, you know? So I just need to make it clear about what my ancestors did. And I don't have no problem with my people talking about what we did with an art form we created. And it shouldn't be shameful. We shouldn't have to, hide. Oh, I won't hurt no feelings. We weren't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. But feelings get hurt because dudes try to paint us in a picture of being like anti this or anti that. You got to remember, when hip hop got started, nobody fucked with it but black people. But black people from America. And I mean, do the research. Don't take my word for it. Do the research. I remember when I was a little kid. I am right now 44 years old. I just turned 44. I'm from LA. And I remember what it was when I was little. What it was. So, for somebody from New York to say, yeah, we didn't see nobody else rocking with us except black folks. And maybe, it was Latinos there. And I kind of remember the same thing happening out here. It was like, there was a handful of Latinos that fuck with us. There was a handful of Mexicans that fuck with us. And most of them weren't rocking with us. You know, and barriers got broke down over time. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I never want to take that away. We broke down some barriers. But I don't want, just like I'm sure that a Latino would not want, you know, their history to be taken away, about their contributions and what they've done. I don't want my ancestor shit taken away what we done. You know, it's fair. You know, I done gone into it, you know, about a whole bunch of stuff that all kind of people done did and us supported them in that. But this thing right here, this our thing right here. And to participate in it is to show how we open the door for everybody to participate in it. Do remember, when you go into classical music, you're not about to tell that white man that he didn't create that shit. You're not about to tell Latinos they didn't create salsa. You're not about to tell, you know, Africans that they didn't create the drum. You're not about to tell, you know, people a lot of shit that they created, man. That is proven without a doubt that they created. You know. And there's debate on whether we even had influence on those things. But I'm not even here to say that about those things. You know, I'm here to stand on what I do know. And what I do know is that we fucking created hip-hop. And when I was in high school, when I was in elementary, junior high, high school, it was a known fact we created that shit. There wasn't nobody challenging that. Now look at me. Oh man, got the white whiskers and shit. I'm talking about I was in high school. Biggie was on the radio when I was in junior high school. I'm an old man now. And motherfuckers is telling me other people created hip-hop. And I'm like, shit. I go talk to the Latino homies and they'll tell me like, yeah, they tripping. They know that shit. The question is, who's going to speak up on it so that the babies actually know what happened? So that the babies know, oh yeah, there's a black created, American black created art form. Right? It was created by us. So that, you know, let's say we let this go and we say we don't want to do it no more, but only white folks and Latinos do it, right? Who's to say that we ever even created it? See, the history got to get recorded. So that's all I'm doing right now. We got to document, man, what the fuck happened. And what happened was we recreated it. Now, who's participating in it now? I'm for whoever want to participate. If you black, you white, you Latino, you Samoan, whatever the fuck you are, you want to participate in hip hop, who am I to stand in your way? Just fucking do your shit. But if you want to talk about where it come from, let's not play games. Let's not play games. You know where it come from. All right, man. That's all I wanted to say. Give my little 2 cents, man. Much love. All the homies, you know, the different lineages. I come from LA. So, man, I got too many homies that's Latino. Too many homies that's Samoan. Too many homies that's Asian. They participate in this thing called hip-hop, man. And it's beautiful. And I love it. You know, but I just don't want lies to be told about the shit, man. So, yeah, peace. One love. Y'all know what it is. Peace.